Welcome to this episode of the Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Chronically Cooking. Make sure you head over to Instagram and follow Chronically Cooking. If you love cannabis and cannabis-infused foods, we aren't talking about average run-of-the-mill edibles here. We are talking about full-course meals, drinks, fruit, and everything else you can think of. Get over to Chronically Cooking on Instagram and check it out. On this episode, we have Katy.
Hi.
Of Chronically Cooking. Katy is a cannabis chef and a cannabis enthusiast based in Redmond, Oregon. And, of course, the always awesome Frater Chaplin, one of my heterosexual life mates. So, anyways, Katy, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Perfect. So, Oregon, huh?
Yeah, Oregon. Yeah.
See? This is already the dialect is
native.
different.
Yeah.
Oregon.
So, how did you get into becoming a cannabis chef?
Yeah, I guess it's just something I've casually done as an adult. I'd started the Instagram page and really exploring it like publicly once I left my corporate job. That was in San Jose, California.
Kind of get a little weird with a corporate job.
Well, it was a private account. There wasn't really anything that really identified me. It was just like another outlet beyond the corporate catering.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt. That's awesome, man. So, when did you start the Instagram page?
That was about 2015.
Oh, no kidding. So you've been doing it for a while now.
Yeah, but like really casually, just as a passion project that's kind of organically evolved over time.
So
You
cool.
did the hemp vodka before that, though, right?
Yeah, about the same time I started working with them. That's hemp flavored vodka. We had our launch coming over from Switzerland over to the U.S., and that was in Florida. I spent some time doing that.
That's huge.
Yeah, it was a good time.
So now you got teamed up with like a vodka company, or
One of my friends, he was a co-founder of this company, and when I left the corporate job, he was like, hey, you have the business background and let's do this.
let's rock out.
Yeah, I'm like, let's just jump out of the plane and make the parachute on the way down.
Yeah, that's how I do it. Yeah, it's head first, everything. You find out the hard way. Mm-hmm. So basically, it's like a stupid question, but obviously everybody knows. Like we all get into cannabis at some point in time. When did you actually start smoking? And if you want to know, I was like 14.
Yeah,
14
or
15.
that was about the age I was.
Yeah.
Getting stoned after school.
Doing all the sports, acing all the tests, and then going to get high with all my friends. I was just like, wanted
stoned.
to do it all. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. I was the same way, and then I dropped out.
That's all right.
So tell me about it. Like, now, how do you go about making, what is it? Is it oil or is it butter or is it
Yes.
a little bit of both? What's the difference?
All of it. Today we made oil. Yesterday.
So now what's the difference like between a butter and an oil? No difference?
I mean, the process is basically the same. You're warming it. We use the double boiler method for infusing, using the satchels we were talking about earlier during dinner with the cheesecloth, and you use the kitchen twine and make the bundle. And
So now you poke like minuscule holes in it? Like, is that what you do? Or you're draining it? Or like you said, like kind of like a tea bag, right?
yeah, well,
It's like a giant tea bag.
Oh, no shit. That's awesome, dude. So I always thought it was like a lot harder.
no, but yeah, I mean, I walked you through the process. You went and bought all the items that you needed yourself. You were able to find it at the grocery store, the cheesecloth.
Yeah, cheesecloth and olive oil.
Yeah.
Not extra virgin.
Yeah.
No doubt. So what separates like these foods? Like what would you say like the average milligram is to like so for everybody listening, we had chicken parm, spaghetti with medicated chicken parm, right? Medicated sauce, medicated bread.
Yes.
All right. It sounds hilarious, but it's delicious.
Oh, yeah. It was feel good.
So now how do you go about making those infused? Do you just make them in the oil and the butter?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we made that batch of oil, and then that's your base that you can use. And we decided to make a really potent oil. That way, you don't have to actually use as much in a recipe. I mean, say the recipe calls for 3 tablespoons. You can use 1 of the medicated oil and 2 of your regular, and distribute it that way.
Right. So what would you say like the medicated stuff is? Like how many milligrams would it be like per serving? Do you have an idea?
Oh, well, with today, Maybe on break I could do some of the math and I'll get back to you on that.
Listen, you do not have to do math.
But we used
Inquiring
about...
minds want to know.
It was pretty medium level dosage on each item because I knew we were going to be medicating more than one thing. So you're not going to want to, especially if we're going to be doing a podcast after, you're not going to want to have everything be heavily dosed, distribute it between...
I was kind of worried.
Yeah, I don't know. The gravy was pretty heavily dosed.
Yeah, that was probably the strongest. We put one of the satchels from making the oil into the Sunday gravy to really after we squeezed out all the oil. I mean, there's still quite a bit that's in there, so we just left it to cook in the sauce today and
that's so cool.
really infuse it.
That's so dope. And that's why I'm intrigued because
use the whole buffalo, use the whole plant.
You have to. You have to. So now
Every last drop.
Yeah.
Now what kind of material does it take? So how much material used to how much oil made? So obviously how much did you use?
We did 1 ounce to 1 cup of oil.
1 ounce to
so
1
a
cup.
1-to-1 ratio.
Oh no shit. So it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
so
strong.
cool.
That varies if you're using trim versus some sort of hash
like
product or
nug rub.
flour. Yeah, it's going to make a huge difference on what that potency is on the
for
final
sure.
product. So it was mostly flour, so it was a nice concentrate.
It was
it's
delicious.
strong.
I can't tell though. I can't tell. It's not fully digested yet. So I'm I don't think it's hit me yet. But I don't eat edibles.
Yeah,
Right. Plus, you've had 5 blunts, so.
that will affect things. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd be able to tell the difference.
Right. Yeah, true. That's
Yeah.
normal.
Oh shit, I feel weird.
But I mean, if if your wife tries it or someone tries it, they might have it.
Oh,
they're not as
dude,
immune.
She loves it. Yeah, she loves stuff like that. She was like, "Oh, you don't even fucking eat edibles." I was like, "Yeah, dude," but she's here from across the country. I gotta try it.
Right.
I have to, and it was absolutely delicious.
Yeah, and it's not sweets. It's not that typical type of food, although I do like to make zucchini bread medicated and certain things that are sweet. I just generally like to do things that are more incorporated into your daily diet versus the cliche cookie and brownie.
Well, that's what intrigued me the most was that it was everybody talks about edibles and the brownies, the cookies.
Yeah, which are great too. Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking shit on them,
Yeah.
but it's
I do make brownies.
it's entirely different though, right?
Yeah.
So now what's your favorite food to make infused?
Probably pesto is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's one of my oldest go-tos that I've been making the longest, and I've just the basil, the garlic, the olive oil, it just goes so well with
Sounds so good.
the flour. It's hard to go wrong. So that's one of my favorites, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. So now, have you noticed any health benefits or anything like that from medicated foods?
Well, for a while, I was helping a family member with chronic pain, and I was making and showing her how to make medicated food as well as topicals, which is basically the same process as with the olive oil you could do with a coconut oil, and then you could use that as a topical ointment for pain relief.
Oh, really? So absolutely then. So for sure, health benefits. That's awesome.
Definitely. Besides the food itself, I try and do the low dose. For me, the health benefit just makes life a little bit
Better.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It twinkles a little more.
Yeah, let's not sugarcoat it here. It makes fucking life awesome. Why do you think?
Anxiety relief.
I got about
Exactly.
8 blunts in me today already, at least. So weed makes everything better.
Yeah.
So now, when you're home, is it more infused foods than not in your diet?
It's probably less infused than regular, but I do like to incorporate it.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends on,
How you're feeling?
yeah.
Yeah.
What the day is bringing. Yeah.
That's so cool. So
But there's always medicated food in my fridge or pesto in the freezer or
Yeah, keep
there's
it
something
going.
available.
Oh, I'm sure.
Something to work with. Butter. Yeah.
So now, what's probably the riskiest thing you've tried to make? Weird question, but is there certain foods that it doesn't work well with?
Well, I tried to make an infused honey, and I would say that's probably the most challenging thing. And it was a really long process that I did that involved cold extraction
Oh, tell me. You got this.
with the cannabis and alcohol in a jar in the bag in the freezer, and you like shake it and you keep it in there for about 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah,
Whoa.
just like took it and shook it once a day, you know, maybe miss a day here and there, but
Was the payoff worth
yeah,
the
and then
process?
and then you take that alcohol and you mix it with honey and you slow cook, and the idea is to infuse the honey with the cannabis and cook off the alcohol.
Yeah. Evaporate
So
the
that was
alcohol.
probably the most challenging thing I've done, and I'd like to do it again.
That's awesome.
Maybe find an easier way. Explore more. But yeah, that was a fun process for me because it was just something that was very new. Yeah.
Different. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a good challenge.
That's huge, dude. That's amazing because it's like there's a whole extraction process. So you're breaking down like chemical compounds and getting this stuff out of there, right? So now, how did you cook it off? The alcohol?
With the heat.
Did you
yeah.
purge it? Like a
yeah,
heat
like a
purge?
double boiler, slow cook. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It takes forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it. I think I tried that with wax once. Like I like blasted a bunch of fucking trim. I was like super impatient for it to evaporate.
Yeah.
So now out west, how are the laws regarding cannabis? Like obviously New York fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a ton. We still haven't had it passed. There's some
Medical.
dispensaries here or there, but so now it's fully recreational out there, right?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
so awesome.
There's medical, recreation. There's fields with hemp being grown.
What's the benefit to having a medical card out there if it's recreational? I'm just wondering what would the motivation be to get a medical card
As
if it's
opposed to
yeah,
recreational.
totally legal and you can just go buy it without one.
Yeah, well, for traveling, if you're going to another state, there's definitely benefits in that regard if you have the medical, because that's more often recognized in another state. And you may even be able to travel with medicine or acquire it at dispensaries in other states when you have a medical. So
When they're kind of like a sister
Yeah.
location, right? Sistered in or something like that.
yeah, kind of like with gun laws that you get recognition in other states sometimes with concealed carry and things like that. I mean, I guess it's a similar idea. It's like mutually recognized law.
Right.
So I guess that's definitely a benefit for some people.
So you're originally from New York, though, right?
Yes, but I moved to Vermont when I was really young.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what pushed you out west?
New York.
That's what I'm wondering because I'm so close to being the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that was definitely one factor. My dad and my brother were in San Jose, California. I had a friend from this area, from Saratoga, that she was out in San Francisco.
Oh, so you had family
So
and
I
stuff.
had, a good landing pad to another area, and
Got
New York
settled
kind of
in.
pushed me.
Hell yeah, I got
There I
settled in,
went.
right?
Yeah.
Dude, it's just so bad out here. It's like the worst.
Yeah.
There's no weed. It's just like a fucking jail cell. Giant,
Well, yeah, I think it's
giant
It does
jail
have a
cell.
little bit of that vibe coming back, I gotta admit.
2 or 3 years in a row. New York, I think, has had the most people move out of the state.
Yeah, them in California right now. California, they're running in droves too.
I left and moved to Oregon last year, so count me in that pool.
So Oregon, right?
Yeah.
It's a recent thing. It's a
Just call it
oh,
Oregon,
okay.
like, you know, I
Oh,
got an
dude,
Oregon.
the fucking,
Yeah.
Listen, man, the best I've got is the Oregon Trail, dude. Oregon Trail. What-
Yeah, that's what it was always, that the teachers would call it, that the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But out there, it's Oregon, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oregon.
I can imagine, dude. There's so many things that we say, like, what is it, coxsackie? Fucking, there's Shenandoah.
Those are all like Native American names, aren't they?
They are, but
And
like,
we still,
you
still.
ever seen those videos
Kept the
though where they
towns.
like have somebody try to say it? Yeah, it's the worst.
Schenectady.
Yeah,
That's a good one
Schenectady.
too. They used to always do that on the news.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, because I've been out to the West Coast twice, and I just fell in love with it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful, so cool. So, but I've never been to Oregon.
It's easy to love as well.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's
like,
a lot of natural beauty, waterfalls, and mushroom foraging, and cool trails, and high desert, and
that's what's really cool. It's like
Definitely more laid back
canyons and
vibe.
buttes.
I haven't been there, but I lived in Boise for a year and a half. But it's
Idaho?
way more laid back. Yeah,
no shit.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
laid
think
back.
you told me that before.
yeah. Graduated out there actually.
No shit. You fucking alum. What's up with the high school graduation reunion? What's up?
Oh,
They
I
send it
haven't
out?
been out there since, but I liked it.
Yeah, no, well, that was what was a few of the cool things that I had noticed when I had looked up Redmond, Oregon, and it was there are so many national forests right around you.
Oh, yeah, there's the Smith Rock. I was just sending you pictures recently my friend and I hiked up there. It's called Misery Ridge, but it's like,
But it's nice.
it's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely take a lot of breaks, but I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, I was
Especially growing up out here, it's just a totally different landscape. So
I'm sure culture shock too,
yeah,
right?
it's nice.
This is real busy out here, real city-ish. And
Yeah,
then you
everybody's
get
in a
out there,
rush
You got the old growth
get nowhere.
forests and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's really cool is like I would love to get out there because like I said, that was like one of the things I'd seen was all the forestry, like
Yeah.
all the redwoods that are like right there along the coast. And it's like, it's like untouched land, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I would love to get out there.
God's country.
Yeah, right. Holy shit, dude. So you settled in Oregon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are your plans for Chronically Cooking?
You know, that's a good question. I'd like to continue doing more dinner pop-up meals like we had today and sort of continue in that direction of just gathering people together,
Oh, yeah.
the breaking bread, enjoying the meal.
Yeah.
Sell some recipes.
Yeah, I've been definitely working on a collection of recipes, getting a lot of motivational nudges from people that I care about, which is awesome. So
It was super inspiring because I've been only doing this podcast for like a year and it's not like super big, but it's like, holy shit, she's got like 8,000 followers,
right?
dude. I'm like, that's fucking huge.
thank you.
And people, I think there's a real niche for that.
Yeah.
Not so much the junk, but the real food.
Definitely. I agree. I've definitely like developed a little community of people through there that like we see each other and we recognize and like each other's food and
Hell yeah.
you develop this community and it's nice to
I love the
find
weed
that
community.
Yeah,
Right, share
it's really
ideas.
sweet. Some of the women I met through there are super fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what you should
just
do too?
artists
You should
and
start
just
a
all
podcast,
sorts.
too.
Yeah.
Chronically
Who knows?
Cooking.
Yeah. Do a YouTube channel.
Recipes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You do a YouTube channel, it's like stuff like that blows up. And
Yeah.
weed,
Hi guys. First, before I go, like and subscribe
Yeah.
down below.
yo, listen, it sounds so cheesy
No, I
too,
know.
bro. Because like I do it.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
I definitely
I'm
do,
talking about like, the
too. Like-
YouTubers, our YouTubers.
Let me tell you, man, it's like I'm still trying to get like the YouTube channel like really tuned in, but it's like they are so fucking light years ahead. I'm like, how do I do that? How do I get this thing so you can click on this? And I was like,
Yeah, instantly,
keep it simple for
constantly
now.
Right.
evolving.
So you have a lot of followers, and that's like super dope. So like, there's a niche there for like I thought like it was a big business, like a huge business. It looks so professional, like
Thank
it
you.
looks so cool, dude.
Well,
I love it.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to work in some of those settings and cater to companies in Silicon
And
Valley.
display. Oh,
Yeah, the 49ers Stadium, Apple, Yahoo.
holy shit.
All these big names, and it was a great experience on like I was telling him we'd have these product cuttings on consistency, on like measuring the heights and the weights and like the colors and the taste of the food and like teaching everyone that we worked with about that so they could be really involved in the process. We made everything from scratch in the restaurant, which was really cool. To have that made from scratch concept still brought into the tech world.
Hell yeah, because
But-
it's fucking crazy
Yeah.
these days.
So I learned a lot about some of the systems too. Like they had online ordering on their iPads. They won some awards for it too on like using technology, and they knew their demographic. There was people that like maybe didn't really want to talk to someone. They wanted to hide behind a screen. Maybe they wanted to watch a YouTube video instead of go to a class. So they could just order on the iPads or from their phone and come pick it up. And we had shelves, so it was like a bookshelf, and you could just like grab your order. But it was a really cool process to work with over the years, and I definitely learned a lot from that.
I imagine.
Yeah. And I went into the interviews for that job, and they're like, what are your goals? And I'm like, well, I basically want to learn systems, but like on your money, not mine. Like I want to own my own business someday.
But that's
So I guess
experience
that's
you
where
take
I am
with you.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, you take that experience with you, but it's so funny because your story is, listen, it's just leading, like it's literally, I see it, it's just leading into that.
Yeah.
Like Chronically Cooking. Yo, that shit.
Oh,
yo,
I know,
the
right?
name,
That's what I said to her too.
just
I'm
the
like,
name. I was like,
yeah.
stop it.
And then like she's got some. She
It's got to
can
be a little witty, you know.
some slogans. Like
There's so much you could do.
I don't know if I should say it because someone will steal it.
Yeah.
No, we'll keep her shit on the low. You got the Chronically Cooking out there, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta trademark that name and put it put it on packaging.
For sure. For sure.
you.
Definitely look it up because, like, I mean, that's 8,000 followers.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, listen.
All right.
I know it's not.
Yeah,
Listen,
I appreciate it.
we're not fucking millions of viewers, but at the same time, that's huge, dude.
I'm grateful for the community. Yeah.
And they're so nice, right? Like, they fucking love it's people that want food and weed, dude.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Best of both worlds.
The best kind of people, you know?
The best people.
Yeah.
So, coming back to New York, what'd you think? How long has it been since you've been back?
I came back for the Woodstock anniversary in 2019. I met up with my mom and my stepdad and one of my good friends here in the area, and we went to Woodstock. That was the last time I was in the area.
Yeah, that's a good way
I was
to go,
supposed to come back last year for Thanksgiving, but,
COVID.
you know, yeah. And I
That's
ended
too
up
bad.
buying a house, so it was like
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I was
cool.
like, I guess I can't be too mad with that outcome.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's,
See you next year, Ma.
shit, I'm a homeowner this year.
Yeah,
Damn it. Yeah, it's tough, too, because getting to that point of ownership and even Chap having this house, I was like, I'm not the guy that own a house. I don't want to own one. I want somebody else to fix my shit.
That's fair.
But yeah, I was like, Chap said you were coming out, and I was like, dude, we have to get her on. We have to eat some food.
Yes.
And then we have to talk some shit because,
Yeah, it was nice talking about just sitting down, literally breaking bread together.
yeah. Dude, it's so
Get
fun,
Herb
too.
out,
It's like,
bring people together, and even just to get out for an hour or two.
just to chill, man.
Yeah,
Forces the world to stop for a little bit, you just...
Oh, dude.
exactly.
Fuck the outside world. And it's so fun too because like the podcast and like once you get comfortable chatting and talking, it's like it gets so much easier, you know.
Yeah.
It's a little intimidating at first.
It definitely can be.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Well, like I mean, you're a superstar compared to the podcast. So, so now, how do you source your material out there? Do you seek out trim? Do you seek out bud? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I have like a large supply that was previously grown by me and some of my friends, and I made quite a bit of rosin.
how are you making it? Are you pressing it?
Yeah, so that helps preserve it, and then I was able to kind of use that for making my oils and my butters.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't know, usually able to find it through reputable sources and farmers that I know I
That's
can
cool.
trust that what they're using on the product. Because with rosin extraction, you're not using any solvents, you're just using the heat and the pressure. So you really don't want any
You don't want
outside
any of that nasty stuff in there.
juju
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, and it's so common these days too for somebody to have additives in it. It's just like ugh.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really do the vapes anymore because of the glycol and all that bullshit in it. Just
Yeah.
take it straight up.
Right.
Where's the blunt, dude? Fire up,
Straight up with the
What are
flower.
you doing, bro? Come on, man.
Mike.
We're talking about chronically cooking, dude. You don't have a blunt fucking fired up. So, what's your favorite bud to work with? Any strands? Anything?
I mean, I guess it really depends on the grower. Definitely has a big factor on it, but yeah, I don't know. It really varies. It's
See,
hard to
that's
say.
that's the beauty of being in a state where it's legal and you can know the grower and not have to depend on imports
wouldn't
and
be going to
certain
anybody
seasons,
around
growing
here.
seasons around here. I mean, growing season around here, you get some great stuff, but that's only a couple months out of the year that you're getting fresh stuff from our area. Just the way the growing season
But
works.
it seems like it's evolving in New York now, aren't the laws?
Well, right now we still only are like have medical, but it's been on the shelf like every fucking
But
election
strict medical, it's kind of
year. Yeah,
it's
well,
tough.
you
Yeah,
can only
like
you can only get tincture.
terminal or- oh,
yeah,
okay.
Well, certain people can get like vapes and shit, but it's like tincture, vape pens, edibles. I think that's it.
It's interesting because other
no
states
flour.
won't allow edibles. They'll allow flowers, but they've had concerns. I think it was primarily at first because, well, in Colorado and certain places with the edibles, people just were having really negative experiences. There were really high doses. So I think that made other states nervous about passing edible laws. I'm pretty sure Vermont didn't allow the edibles, although they had passed some other
Well, I
sort
think,
of things.
yeah, a lot of the states were saying that they didn't want the candies and like this shit the kids, like
Child-
like
oh,
little
yeah.
kids
Oh, yeah, and it
would try to
definitely
eat. The Skittles
packaged
that you
just the
don't
same
know
way,
it's
yeah.
50 milligrams of THC. Here you go, suck on one of these. Kid would be fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best day of his life, though.
Yeah, we'll go to sleep probably.
Well, that's another thing that Oregon did was they decriminalized a lot of drugs, didn't they? It just recently decriminalized hard drugs. Like it's only like a fine or some shit now.
Yeah, there was two things that passed. They decriminalized small amounts of certain narcotics, small possession amounts.
Like controlled substances.
Well, right, like dope, coke, all that shit.
Yeah, try and avoid like over-congesting jails, smaller offenses. And then they also passed something for the use of psilocybin in therapeutic.
Yeah, right.
But
that was
that's
recent.
right.
Real recent, right?
That was the same time, the same past election, and that is definitely going to be a regulated area. So it's kind of like a mixed bag because
Double-edged sword.
yeah, I mean the amount of industry that's going to go around that and regulation, and I think for some people it is good and it's important to have that safe outlet, but I think there's other people that
don't have to be regulated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Simply put, yes.
Yeah, well, that's the issue anytime the government steps in. It says, hey, you guys want mushrooms? Yeah, we'll cultivate them for you. We'll do whatever, and then we'll tax the shit out of you. When something that's like, you're right near the old growth forest. Like, just these trees are
the Pacific Northwest is
amazing.
World known. It's just incredible.
Right.
Yeah. The mushroom, there's like one of the largest mushroom webs underground.
Ever, right?
Yeah, it like goes underground for miles. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like the biggest living organism on the planet or some shit.
Yeah.
I think I read about that shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Hell yeah, dude. I follow what's his face there, Paul Stamets.
Oh yeah.
And he talks about a ton of that shit. Like he's always out there foresting and shit.
Totally.
Yeah, I was the one that went on Rogan and was like, dude, I ate like 28 grams or some shit. And hugged a tree and found himself.
That would probably happen.
Yeah.
Dude, I told you, I grabbed some penis envy mushrooms.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, dude,
my
what
friend
the
was
fuck?
growing some of that. He's like, I'm trying to harvest my penis envy. I'm like, you know how ridiculous that sounds.
Listen, ask Mike.
I'm only slightly mature enough to hear that.
Same here. Right? It's so funny, dude, because everybody I told, I was like, Mikey, check out these shrooms I got. And they're called penis envy. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
Called what, dude? Like, yeah, it's their real name, dude.
There's all sorts of mushrooms out there. Yeah.
Yeah, but the what is it? The mycology out there is crazy, right? Like all the mushrooms and shit. You guys get a lot of different species and
Yeah. I've found morels, chanterelles, oysters.
oh shit.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Dude, so out here we get some good ones. Like we get the amanitas and stuff, but they're like super rare. Like you got to find a really good spot. Well, I went hiking in the Adirondacks and seen the death cap. It was like an amanita. It was like the one that
really?
it's the one that they confuse. I did that shit right on Google. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I really like there's this app iNaturalist and you can go out and take pictures and
it identifies them.
yeah, and you're connecting with like this like whole community of scientists and people all over the world that are like doing research trying to identify where all these plants and species are, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It'll help you.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I'll like take it out. Actually, during the whole pandemic thing, I took my first trip up to Washington and I did this hike through the forest. I took a bunch of cool pictures and learned about all these different fungi and flowers
so
and
cool.
salmon berries, which I'd never heard of before.
What is
that
it?
Are like
What's a salmon berry?
it's like a blackberry, but they're more like orangish, red, and tartar.
No kidding.
Yeah. But it was
That's so
awesome.
dope.
I was just like walking through the woods and like took a picture, and then you can be like hit this little like question mark thing, and it's like, oh, is it one of these? And you're like, matter of fact, it is.
Oh, wow.
Look, it does look like that.
Confirmed.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's not as good as others, but it's cool.
I'm gonna download it. It's
Yeah.
iNaturalist.
Yeah, and I feel like all the things we do on our phone, at least this is like
a good one.
contributing to some scientific research on
So fun.
where all these plants might still exist and people can find them. So
Yeah, that is pretty. That's pretty cool. It's just
That's been fun.
it's a double-edged sword too, though, because you get some people that are just jerk offs in the forest.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know,
oh,
they don't
especially
really
with
follow.
mushrooms, they're like, wait, where is that at?
Right, yeah.
People like are hold on to their mushroom spots.
Morel mushrooms are
yeah.
expensive, right?
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like $40 a pound, roughly. I think.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
that is a lot, dude.
Yeah.
it's tough with certain species of mushroom because like some people just go out and forage a ton and just take
over
them all.
harvest. Yeah, all sorts of species like sage and other things I've seen that you go out there and pick a little bit, and then you come back. I've gone to the same spot years later and it's just like all gone, over harvested. It's sad.
It really is too, because especially depending on what kind you're going for and for whatever use you want it for, you know, like somebody respectful that's only going to take a few.
Right.
What's really what you need.
Yeah.
You got the yang to it, and
Guys
it's like
going out filling up the
bags of
satchels.
fucking.
Right.
Well, they're having a huge crisis down in Arizona right now with that toad. The fucking toad
Really?
with the DMT toad, the 5-MeO DMT toad. Like there's
That's in Arizona?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's like the buffalo. Shit, I can't remember the name of the toad, but you milk the toad.
Yeah. I saw it on Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia, like one of the first seasons of that.
Yeah, well, now there's like a crisis because
No,
everybody's going
and milk
fucking
it.
jacking toads, dude. And
That was a Family Guy episode. Peter went back to high school undercover as Lando Griffin.
yeah,
Get everybody to stop doing Toad.
That's amazing.
yeah, it's hilarious. They have like a real deal thing going on because Tyson was talking about it. Like Tyson's like, I licked a toad.
No, get out of here.
I licked a toad, dude. Best time of my life.
Yeah, he was talking about how he smoked weed before that Roy Jones fight.
Yeah, he was high as a kite.
November. Yeah, wanted to go out there high.
Yeah.
Why not?
He's got the Tyson Weed Ranch official or whatever.
Oh yeah, he's got his own weed. He's probably got his own toad farm now. So now out there, how is the psychedelic scene out there? Is it like, because obviously you guys got a ton of good mushrooms out there, right?
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely alive out there. People are making some really nice products, chocolates and
Yeah, that's cool.
capsules and
We just started getting bars out here, I think, right? Like a couple weeks ago. I think it's like a fucking magic mushroom bar or some shit. Just started seeing them. There's like certain places. What was it? Oakland too. Oakland decriminalized them. Oakland, California. Yeah, Oregon.
I know, right? I know. I have to catch myself every time too.
yeah, my dad owns property there, and I'm like, Dad, you still say Oregon?
Really?
Yeah.
And it's probably one of the last things he holds on to. It was funny too because like when I was reading about Redmond, it's like one of the quickest growing little cities
Oh wow.
in there. They said that the population rate goes up like every year, like 2% or some
Really?
shit. Yeah.
I'm not surprised. It's definitely
It's nice.
Yeah.
Super nice. The pictures were gorgeous.
it's a great area. It's just north of Bend. It's near Smith Rock, Klein Falls, all these different forests, and
That's
the
so
landscape's
cool.
great.
That's awesome. And then you come to fucking Chap Talk and coming to New York.
That was on me.
I'm just kidding. I had to blame it on somebody because coming to New York had to suck.
Oh no,
I
I'm
know, right?
excited. I get to go to
sure.
Vermont tomorrow,
Definitely.
see family the rest of the week, and
Dude, Vermont's gorgeous
yeah,
too.
go down, do some museum trip. So
Where are you going?
the Brooklyn Museum.
Really?
Yep.
No shit.
The Cause exhibition down there. The artist Cause originally did graffiti and then art and toys now, I guess, is what he's best known for. But
Oh, you street dude?
yeah,
That's awesome, dude.
street
Good for
artist.
him.
Yeah,
That's
he's
dope.
kind of excited.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Going to Virginia Beach, dude, and I'm going to Edgar Casey's museum. You know?
Oh,
what it
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, the clairvoyant.
is?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
I didn't know. I didn't know that
report
it was
on
down
him
there.
when I was in elementary school.
Get out of here, dude.
Yeah.
I swear, they have a whole library
That's cool.
and gift shop, whatever, dedicated to them and shit.
That'll be
Nice.
fun.
The couch where he used to fucking do shit.
Oh yeah.
So
He did all kinds of things, maybe even like past life regression and all that too.
yeah,
right?
he told the future.
Yeah, he did a lot of
healed,
predictions, yeah.
He did a lot of shit, allegedly. I mean, I believe in
How
it.
many things do you have to get right to be credible? You know,
True. I mean, but that's
what percentage do you need? You know,
But
of your
that's-
predictions
Yeah.
to come true? Every single one.
Yeah.
Pretty much, because I mean, and otherwise somebody's at least going to be like, yeah, but that one time,
Right.
yeah, 99%, but that one time.
It's easy for us though to acknowledge that like we could be open minded to shit like that.
Right.
To somebody like Edgar Casey, where like the normal average person would be like, dude, you're fucking nuts. Like, what do you mean? It's fucking jerk
And
off.
it's he's like, I mean, he's going into like a meditative type state, and he's probably saying what he's seeing in the future, and
Was he smoking
not gonna
DMT?
bat it. Right? Who knows? He's not batting 1,000, so it's like somebody's always going to doubt it. And
Well, so did
I'm not
Nostradamus,
dismissing.
though, right?
Yeah, well, it's tough with his stuff because you have to rely on someone else's translation. Where it's like, oh, he predicted 9/11, and it's some shit he said about a bird flying here and hitting the pillar or something. You know, it's like it really.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Edgar Casey was recent. He was 20th century.
Yeah. I'm just adding them to my list.
Right, he was
chased
early
down.
1900s.
Yeah.
I went to Area 51. did that. Went to the Betty and Barney Hill abduction site out in New Hampshire. That's pretty cool. And then I met a few other weirdo fucking places. Did Lake Champlain, Fine Champ.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
There you go. That's an easy check living in this area.
Oh, yeah. That's
Not too far.
Yeah, dude. It's
Gotta.
Well, that's why I'd like to get out to the West Coast because, like, places like Oregon, too. I would love to get out. I would love to go searching for
Mount
fucking
Shasta.
Sasquatch.
Go that way.
That was really interesting, too, was Mount Shasta. Like,
Yeah.
all the weirdo shit that happens around there, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Have you ever seen anything weird?
No, not in my time there. I
No,
went and partied
no
on this
paranormal
like
experiences?
houseboat for like 3-4 days celebrated my friend's birthday, and yeah, we had a great time.
Unfortunately, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so,
Yeah,
that's
Shasta.
so cool.
Wanted to catch Ike out there that one year.
Oh, that
Oh,
one's
yeah.
been nice.
I
You
missed
got
him
to
by like
see
a
him,
week.
though.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. He's been fucking dodging me. I be emailing, he don't be answering.
Blacklisted. Blackballed.
Not big enough
His
yet,
stuff's
dude.
not gonna. It'll get taken down off most platforms. I mean, not the podcast ones, but
I'd put him
Couldn't put
down
it
as
on
like a
YouTube.
pseudonym or some shit. Like I'd use like a fake name.
yeah, right.
You know, his name's spelt differently or some shit. So what are your guys' plans for the week? Like you said you're going to see family, Vermont. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? Like how's the difference between like a scenic Vermont and a scenic Oregon? Obviously you got all the old growth out there, the big trees and shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, where my mom lives, it's like out dead end dirt road. There's like a clearing off
So
the
it's
back of the
awesome.
house, and you can see.
Out in the holler.
Tell me about these. What are these cinnamon? This looks like a muffin. What do we got here?
Those are the
Bagel
medicated
chips.
bagel chips.
Medicated bagel chips. Ooh.
And that's just like a zucchini bread muffin. Although I do make those medicated sometimes. That one is
Not?
non-medicated.
Oh, okay. I'm still probably going to eat it.
Yeah. Should definitely try it.
It sounds really good. So now, like, do you sell any of these online?
Currently, no.
Are you trying to?
You know, hopefully in the future, yeah.
That'd be
I don't know.
cool.
It's usually just right now kind
You
of.
could definitely sell the stuff that you jar. Like she brought salsa verde.
Yeah, I just want to fucking
Oh, yeah.
promote your
Blueberry.
shit. You know, you got
Yeah.
something to rock out with.
Blueberry
definitely do.
jalapeno jam.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hot pepper jam.
See, that's the shit I'm saying. Like,
Pesto.
All jarred, yeah.
all these like jarred goods. Yeah.
oh yeah, so it's like kind of like canning and all that shit. Is that what, or jarring?
Well, a lot of those are, preservatives just because it's more shelf stable. It's greater for gifting and for people to like do it on their own terms
And it's
instead
awesome.
of something that's,
How would
super
it work out
perishable.
in Oregon? Say if you wanted to get a stand at a farmer's market, would you have to have certain type of license to sell medicated jam?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So what's
course.
what's the story with that? Like, so what would they
Probably crazy
like? So out
expensive.
here,
Yeah.
so out here, for example, it's $100K to even apply to
Oh,
get
yeah.
a dispensary. Like, what's going on out there? Like,
Well, honestly, I've just been like getting situated, moving to Oregon, buying my house this past year, like settling in. So I haven't gotten that far into the cost of
Right.
it yet. Most of the cooking I've done over the last year, I've done as like gifting to people close to me. I did one holiday order for someone where I did a bunch of salsa verdes because she loved it so much. She was doing holiday gift baskets for all of
no shit.
her people, and she wanted to buy things from local businesses, so she asked if she could put an order in from me. But
That's
other
huge.
than that, yeah, it was nice. But other than that, I haven't really gone out and stepped into
Tried
that
it, yeah.
area with like since I've moved to Oregon yet.
But there's plans.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
just kind of settling in, which is nice.
You got it. You got it
Slow
though.
and steady.
Yeah. Baby steps.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Eventually it will all materialize. And
Mm-hmm.
like especially if you have people buying it like that already, like just for friends.
Well,
like,
yeah,
that's
and-
pretty cool.
Yeah, and then I started again. I have quite a few people that are asking to have pre-made meals, so I'm gonna just start doing, like the meals we had tonight, and
Doing
just
meal preps?
yeah, and just like do meal
That's
preps for all
dope.
these like mothers in my area. The perfect niche for me of like trying to normalize it and bring it into like coming from out of the shadows of the stigma around cannabis.
Yeah. And you're pioneering it.
Well, I like to try and just like hang out with like the moms that might be doing book club, you know, and like make some nice food for them.
You know what's great is that it is a perfect time for it because more and more people are feeling comfortable. Like 'cause I have children, right? So like obviously I have to deal with other parents when they want to hang out with these other kids, and I'm not your average parent. You know what I mean? Like I smoke a ton of pot, dude. Like obviously not like right in my kids' faces, but at the same time, it's like a lot of pot.
Different lives outside of parenting.
Yeah, but I've had parents come to me and say, "Hey, man, you make me feel better about smoking weed."
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
You help them come out from behind the leaf.
Get weird.
Yeah.
Smoke a joint.
Yeah.
But I think it's really cool that like you have something that a lot of people love.
Thanks.
Food.
Yeah.
And weed.
Right.
Cannabis. It's so dope.
I was going to say, they usually go hand in hand, so why not, I guess, do the best?
Not only that, but individually, they bring people together.
Yeah.
And then you put them together, and it's like, oh, dude, you just took it over the top.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, let me know when you get those recipes together.
Yeah.
And I will definitely, if you do you have like Venmo or Cash App or anything like that?
I do.
Because like when you get back, I'll order some salsa verde or something.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good.
Definitely. Oh yeah, because I'll try it. I'll keep it in the shop and shit.
Yeah.
Keep it at the studio.
That'd be great.
Yeah. We got the Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast hoodie out to Oregon.
Dude.
Yeah, it's these connections. That's like how you get to have such a large community is just like
It's a network.
spending the time. Yeah.
It really is too, and it's a lot of fun. Like,
Exactly.
It was so much
Having
fun.
meaningful connections that like,
Hell
that's
yeah.
how it grows.
Yeah, it grows, and you got a vibe. Like it's gotta be,
You
it's
know
gotta be
the
organic. It's gotta be organic. Gotta smoke a bunch of weed for sure. Mikey quit. I think he's probably passed out somewhere.
We smoked 4 blunts in an hour, dude. He said that 3 times when you got here.
Oh, I smoke them out.
Yeah.
So how much do you smoke? Do you smoke a lot?
As of lately, not so much, but in the past, definitely.
Like,
But I'm on vacation, so that's kind of changed.
Good. Well, enjoy yourself for sure.
Yeah.
It's
But usually it's an evening thing for me mostly. Maybe if I'm going hiking or doing something like that. It could be fun to like,
to get burnt. Yeah. See, I smoke to do just about anything. I think it makes everything much better. So
Yeah. I mean, hiking and doing the outdoor stuff, I totally agree with that. I love getting high and going outdoors and exploring.
fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
So being out west, have you hiked any really cool places? Like any notable places that you really liked?
Well, I mean, I really liked Smith Rock. There's a couple places where the rivers are just so incredible. The water is just this like green, blue, just almost looks like glacier water coming through these mountains.
So now are these desert hikes or like mountain hikes or?
It varies. Like the climates, some of them are desert, dry, very bare.
Well, that's what I was wondering. 'Cause
Like
they said the
bald
high
eagle
desert.
flies overhead.
That's pretty cool. I can't wait to get out there and try to hike something. Where's Red Rock? Do you know where Red Rock is?
Yeah, that's Colorado.
I heard that's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful.
Have you hiked it?
Well, there's the venue, Red Rocks.
Yeah. Where they do the big festivals and stuff like that.
Shows and
Damn. See, I feel like I miss out when I don't go to festivals and shit. I have like one really cool hippie friend that's like, but dude, come on, man. I'm like, dude, I'm afraid you're going to leave me there. You're just going to disappear on me.
Right. That's a fair concern with some people, you know.
Well, his drug of choice is K. Also, so it's like
Also fair. Yeah, even more fair concern.
Like, bro, I'm not going with you. Like, I mean, I'll hang out with you while we're there, but I'm getting my own shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So when do you head back to Oregon?
Next week, Monday.
Ugh, come so fast.
I know.
I'm so thankful that you came on, man. It was because I was like, it just worked out perfectly too because I was leaving for Virginia.
Yeah.
towards the end of the week, and I was like, fuck, dude.
I know. I was stoked you were able to squeeze this in.
Yeah.
We were able to make it work out. That's
Chat,
cool.
man. I hit him up a whole bunch. I was like, yo, dude, listen, this is what's going on. I'm leaving for Virginia. When's she coming in? Like, we got to make this happen.
Yeah, it worked out pretty effortlessly.
Yeah. I loved
Sunday
it.
gravy.
Yes.
Yeah, it was cool, man. This is like one of the first like Sunday dinners I've had with friends in a long time.
Yeah, it was nice.
I mean, back in the day, I used to come over and we watch The Sopranos on Sundays, and we'd do dinner and
nachos.
stuff.
The Sopranos.
Yeah, back in the day.
That's old school shit.
Yeah, that's way back.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, man. I'm glad everybody reconnected.
Nachos, popcorn,
Yeah.
all kinds of crazy stuff.
You gotta though. You really got to spend time with friends. We
Yeah,
spend
it's
a lot
nice.
of time together. Too,
Yeah,
Mike. But we're stoked to get you out here. So I'll have to see if we can come hang out again before I take off.
Yeah, I'd do a West Coast trip, Pacific Northwest trip sometime.
That would be cool.
You tell me.
I've got plenty of rooms. I got a 3-bedroom up there, so.
Listen, you tell me, and I'm there. If like I wasn't taking my family to California, I'd be going somewhere like that.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
The fam.
Well, listen, I'm
I'd
not
like to
opposed.
check it off.
Kind of like, all right, there's certain weird shit that I want to get into.
Yeah,
that,
right.
Like my kids definitely ain't into. Like, what do you mean foraging? What do you mean we're going to look for mushrooms or Sasquatch?
Yeah, we don't have
Fucking
to
bad.
necessarily do that. There's definitely some real cool river walks, and like I said, the Smith Rock is usually a great one to bring people because just the views are so incredible,
Or
and the river goes through.
Flying to Oregon and hit up Portland and get
Yeah.
an Airbnb and like chill.
Wasn't Portland like taking over or some shit? No, it wasn't Portland, right?
That was Seattle, wasn't it? Or no, that was Portland.
Seattle and Portland both had shit going on, but it's funny because the way
The
they
media spins
inflate
it.
it, yeah, where it's
Talk,
really
man.
like a isolated thing in a specific area, and
Yeah,
they
like a
make
few
people
blocks.
intimidated about the whole culture of like the entire city, you know, and I don't know, the stigma around people that live there. It was really interesting to hear some of the commentary around that whole thing because I traveled to Seattle around that same time, and I ended up going over there. What was it, the Chop or whatever? Walked around. Yeah, it's like,
Oh, so wait, you went to the little city?
yeah, and like walked around and saw the murals and everything. It was really moving. Like,
Powerful, right?
yeah, I felt choked up. I went and sat out on like because they have open field. There was like some dude. He's like, "Please help me use all this nail polish," and he was like sitting there painting people's nails. There was like people all cooking food for everyone that was around. There was like other people just playing frisbee and stuff, and just it was
chill.
it was
One
it was
person gets shot
interesting.
and they
But
gotta-
there was actually, as I was leaving, as I left, there was a memorial on the corner, and it was for the family. They were all there, and they were having a service for like the dude that got shot, and it was really touching. Like, I kept it moving because I didn't want to be like disrespectful and standing around for everything, but just passing by, like, it was powerful. I don't know.
So,
But it wasn't like
you said the media
culture
coverage,
of
right?
fear.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't feel, I don't know.
Oppressed. You didn't feel like enslaved.
Yeah, but at the same time, shit happens
Yeah, they
everywhere.
made it like it was complete anarchy and
Right.
there. And,
Right.
You know, people
Yeah.
were.
There was a lot of communal,
Eating their own
like,
feces.
rainbow gathering vibes, you know, like that.
They made it look like it was literally Armageddon.
Anarchy.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
complete
Right. People were, afraid.
savages running around.
Yeah, that's what's interesting is you seeing the media coverage too. Like you said, some of
Yeah.
the talking points, and then it's like you're there, and it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was
not-
very peaceful and, like, communal and collaborative and, like, respectful.
I think it was a big statement for sure. Like that thing to happen for them just to take over. What they call it, Chad or some shit.
That sounds familiar, Chad. Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, it was like the Capitol Hill something. I thought it was the Chop, but
Yeah, it's Chop.
Is it
Yeah.
Chop?
See an article on
like Occupy
Hannity.
Protest or something.
All right, so what's
Chop
what's it stand
2.0.
for?
Portland protesters seize city streets, erect barricades, declare autonomous zone. And it's got a picture, like the city burning.
Yeah.
Capitol Hill occupied protest.
Yeah.
Probably not even Portland.
I feel like they do that in the news a lot, where they'll have like, okay, there could be something going on one street, and like somehow there's a trash can and it's on fire, and like have the reporter there like, it's utter chaos. And then you have like people walking in other area that are trying to have like a peaceful protest, and it's like whatever.
They zoom out and there's,
right.
they're shooting from the ground up, and it looks like it's packed behind
the
them.
agent provocateur.
Yeah,
also.
right.
That's where like they basically pay somebody to go and like, oh, you got the peaceful protest going on, but
Or
then
just
you have
have one of
somebody
their own.
go
Yeah.
and smash the initial window.
Right.
Go and smash.
Yeah, I'll do it,
Go
guys.
light
Let's
the
go.
initial fire. Seriously. And then they pay these people and they infiltrate and they fucking
Or they're on the payroll already.
they
usually.
discredit peaceful protests. But yeah, that's like a big statement to take over your own fucking like just we're called CHOP now.
Well, it was like they took over the city streets and just like declared rule of the area. They're like, sorry, police, like you don't have authority here. And it was just like, we occupy this zone.
Yeah.
And like they held it down and the city didn't do anything for a while. And then I think it ended up like peacefully dispersing. But to be honest, I'm not certain.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's
I don't either.
Chap and I speak about this all the time is how quickly these newsreels happen.
You know, whenever the news cycle starts, like, what can we get them with?
That's like 1,000 things ago.
I know, it's frustrating. And I'm like,
We save those for the conspiracy ones.
Right.
You're chronically cooking. We
Yeah.
got the weed vibes
good.
and the good vibes. Yeah, I liked it. It wasn't like, I mean, I spent about an hour now. It's got to be somewhat digested. Like, I feel great.
yeah,
Feel
Yeah.
awesome. It's
mellow.
chill. It was really good too.
It's nice with that process too because we did the decarboxylation first.
All right, so tell me real quick, what the fuck is that? I've heard it 3 times now.
Okay, that's where it's like with the oven where we're heating it beforehand and you're converting the THCAs into THCs versus into CBNs and other things. And
So we're doing a chemical process here too,
Yeah,
right?
and-
Absolutely.
Right, so that happens when it cures or like when you smoke it and like the combustion, that's a rapid version of the process. So anyways, when you decarb it in the oven first, you're allowing more of that transferred THC to go into the oil once you take
switch
the
it over.
satchel out,
right.
and add it to the oil.
Yeah.
So that's like really changed my process with cooking because I feel like I've been able to do a slower process with the oil. That was only 45 minutes that we had it in the oil.
Yeah.
Versus back in the day, I was doing long crock pot,
Real
8 hours,
extraction
and then like
process.
Yeah,
off
that's what
for
I thought.
8
Yeah, like
hours,
it's a-
and then on for 8 hours. You know, like that's
it's
what
like an hour, a
causes
little
you
more
to
than an
have
hour.
a more like sedative product is that long, slow cook. So when you decarb and then you do that quick extraction, you still have a nice, light, clean product, and it's really mellow. And I
Nice.
don't know, I really enjoy it.
That's
It
awesome.
was pretty simple.
Yeah,
It wasn't really like messy or anything. It was easy.
It sounds like the way you explain it like that. It sounds
Yeah.
like it's a
Easy.
relatively easy process to
you get
to
the
really
cheesecloth, you just spread it out.
If I did more edibles, I would totally try it. Like,
Yeah.
I would try the process.
It's nice just because, you know, you have all those smalls and shake and stuff like that sitting around. And if you let it build up enough, it's nice to be able to have a big jar of oil on deck. You know?
Oh yeah,
Use at will.
yeah, for anything.
yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
What's the shelf life on something like that? Like
It's olive oil, right?
Yeah.
So just, lasts for
I
a long
mean-
time.
indefinite.
I keep it refrigerated. You keep it even, separate it, and put it in the freezer if you really wanted. But yeah, I usually just keep mine in a jar in the fridge just because I like to
to make
keep it
sure.
as preserved as long as possible.
So like, and it's worth the process. So you said, what,
Yeah,
45 minutes, and you fucking got a bunch to last for. ever.
from start to finish of like actually making the pouches out of the cheesecloth, for lack of a better word.
Probably like 2
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
But you have some downtime because you have like 45 minutes where it just sits there and you just go give it a stir every now
Yeah.
and then, you know?
Go do other things,
little-
pretty much. Yeah.
A little loving stir.
Yeah.
Go around,
Pop in,
mix
check
it
on
up,
it.
let it
Yeah.
get dispersed. Try to disperse it evenly. Flip the pouches around. So there were 3 big pouches, so about 6 ounces.
Holy shit.
So it was a potent one.
Yeah.
Did you guys try that one yet?
Yeah.
That's what we just used. All
for
of
the
it. That's
food?
that's what we used
Yeah.
tonight for all the food.
no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
It's that liquid gold,
Yeah.
black gold on the counter over there in the jam jar.
Yeah, that shit is fucking dark. Damn. That's just because there's so much, right? It's so dense.
It's a green. Yeah, olive oil is green to begin with, so it's
Right.
going to have that darker hue. Yeah. But
Wow, that looks delicious. And you can use it for anything, right? So like you
It's really clean. You look through it.
and virgin, man. That's virgin olive oil over there.
No, you can't use
With
the
weed.
you can't use the virgin.
Oh no, you can't. Why
Yeah,
not?
I don't know.
Well, the extra virgin is, because that's not as good for high heat. That's more like if you were doing a salad dressing or something, you would use an extra virgin.
Oh.
That's like a table oil.
So, Chap, she's way more credible of a chef than either. Like, you're a literal
she
chef.
into it, right?
Yeah, like down to the minuscule details. I love it.
Thank you.
That's cool that you got all that experience doing that stuff.
Yeah, you see the photos.
Yeah.
Kenny came over for huevos rancheros with like medicated salsa verde.
Yeah, we did that for brunch yesterday.
Listen to what you tagged me in earlier with the omelet. I was like, oh man.
He was like,
Yeah.
And I absolutely love broccoli.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, yo.
Oh, I didn't know.
Said that to Chap. I was like, dude, that thing was stuffed with broccoli.
it was.
I was like, that thing was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't tell exactly what it was. Like, when he was like, oh, dude, it's an omelet. I was like, fuck me.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck me, dude, that thing looked great. But at the same time, like the chicken parm and the noodles, everything was amazing. The bread,
Yeah.
I loved it. It was so good.
Yeah.
And
Thank
it didn't
you.
fuck me up.
Yeah,
I
right?
could feel it, but it didn't fuck me up too much,
Yeah.
which is what I like. You know, I ate an edible, like, what was it, coming back from Cali once. I think it was like 100 milligram brownie or some shit. Flying home. I was like, so bad.
Yeah. I shared a story with him about an experience I had that was like that as well, where I ate a candy and fell asleep and I drooled it all over the front of my shirt and I didn't even realize. I ran through the airport with my friend's guitar I was bringing for his wedding. It was like a gift for his bride. And I come running through the airport with this big candy stain on the front of my shirt.
I'm
I
sure
was like
not
in
the
such
first
a
one.
phase.
Yeah, no, I can imagine you're not the first person running through the airport
Oh, it was, yeah.
that drooled on themselves.
I was like, what is this? I was like, wow, was that edible I ate on that red eye? I was like stuck between these two women that were like, we're clearly going to sleep now and like shut everything down. So I was like, well,
some
I'm going to
edible
eat this
chocolates
candy.
here, some edible.
I apparently
candies.
fell asleep.
Yeah, I really like the real food.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
the same way.
Because, like, I've been getting out of, like, chocolate and shit. But
The
like,
garlic bread or the bagel chips or, you know, like these are really low dose because I know they're easily like munchable, you know, so.
Now, how many milligrams would you say, like, that bag is right there?
Maybe like 75
Oh, that's good.
milligrams, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good.
Maybe less, maybe 50, I don't know.
They look delicious.
Those I just kind of like eyeballed as little like gift satchels.
The presentation with all of the things you cook and post on
thank
there
you.
are awesome. What do you do with like some of the fruit stuff? Anything in particular like to do with fruit, or can you do with fruit?
Well, I've done chocolate covered blueberries, and chocolate covered orange wedges.
What?
That are,
That sounds delicious.
What about jams?
oh yeah.
Like jams.
Yep, the jams. I do the medicated. I did a blueberry jalapeno or like a hot pepper jams.
That sounds so good.
All of those. I taught my mom how to make butter, and then she taught me how to make wild blackberry jam, and then so we combined those and did that together on one of my trips back here.
No kidding.
Years past, so that was, yeah.
And you guys went and
Pretty fun.
got your own berries, or?
Yeah, we were walking around outside in the property, and then we're like, oh, hey, here's a bunch of blackberries, and we just picked them. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I mean, that's 100% organic, straight
Yeah,
up.
it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I would love to actually grab some jam, like the salsa verde, like all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I'll
I'd love
definitely
to
be
do
in
that
touch.
stuff. Absolutely.
I would love that.
Like, yeah, you ever get like a shop up or like a, you know, even if you can go through the Instagram page, let me know, man. We'll
Yeah,
push
I will.
the shit out
So
of
yeah,
it.
the shipping right now. The only thing that sucks is the shipping because
Yeah.
USPS and all of them are so far behind with everything.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do because you can call and complain. They're just like, hey, everything's behind.
Yeah, but even if I
Paid
did
for
like
2
a,
days. Yeah.
even
Yeah.
if I did like I just bought a bunch from her and just had them out here,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? And then we can push them to people, you know, obviously not make profit, but it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, like get it out
good.
there. Like,
Yeah.
it's like just having my hoodie in Oregon is like huge.
Start posting stickers up all around.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool, man. I've had a lot of friends hit me up from all over the place, and they were like, dude, just keep doing it. You know, just keep.
Yeah, it's a nice hoodie. I wore it down when I was down in Santa Cruz recently, and my buddy was asking me about it. He's like, "Oh, what's that?
So
Podcast?
cool.
Check it out."
Yeah, definitely the logo.
Yeah.
So
all
cool.
came together.
Yeah.
Prue, man. Shout out to Prue. That guy fucking, he's still working on my newest logo.
Oh,
but
nice.
he hooked that image up. Yeah, it's so cool having friends.
Yeah.
Like, we're like that do shit.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Share alike.
yeah. Yeah, you got it, man. And keep it all in the family. We keep all of our shit in the house, so it's pretty cool.
I feel blessed to be here. I'm part of the family and, doing the podcast while I'm in town, know, so appreciate you on that note.
I appreciate you. And Chap, thank you so much for hooking it up, because these are the had to make happen. Like, I was like, dude, I hope she wants
it's
to do
an
it.
excuse to just
Yeah.
sit there, eat.
Yeah, kick it, man. I love kicking it.
Like that's what I think it kind of ties masonry and things like that together. Now I was telling her about that. Just one of the main things is you always break bread before or after, and
really hang
it's
out.
It's just the family dynamic of always eating dinner at the table.
The value
All
of
that
food
stuff's-
in your
yeah,
community.
Yeah,
Cook it with love or whatever. We put that energy into the food and
really connect, man. Like when the people really want to be there, it's organic, I had a bunch of questions written down, dude, but I was just like, there's a couple I asked, but I was like, y'all just let the conversation flow,
And then some of the best dinners aren't the ones would get like catered before events. It would be like the potlucks where everybody signed up to do something because they all cooked it with the purpose of bringing it there. And, it's not just one or two people cooking the whole thing for 50 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you're Mark Foss. And then that guy just
He is 50 people.
Yeah, he is 50 people.
In one.
And cooks for 100, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an animal.
Yeah. Savage.
Loves his pot and his little bad blue. He would love your food.
I have to get him some oil.
Didn't he come and eat a whole bunch of, a whole 8 the mushrooms the one night?
Yeah,
And he's a bit older fella. He's an older fella. He's like...
He also digested some paper one night, too, just on the spot, out of nowhere. He's like, I've been asking Tommy for... Yeah.
I love it when people just yo, let me get some psychedelics. Oh, of course. That's it. He's another one that's just balls to the walls. An older fella, loves a little bad blue, psychedelics, and weed.
Yeah,
Wow.
cartridges and...
Yeah. But in any event, I guess we'll get wrapping this shit up, dude. I definitely appreciate you guys. Katie, thank you so much for coming on. For everybody listening, check out fucking Chronically Cooking. Let's get fucking some likes, some follows and shit, And but if you love weed and food, definitely check it out. Fuck yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Cannabis and cooking.
Y'all, do you want to say anything? Is there anything for Chronically Cooking coming up?
No, I just
jams?
appreciate having you on. I mean, nothing particular in the near future. Just sharing my passion through my page and connecting with people. And I found some cool opportunities through there on the community to kind of share in some of our recipes and do things like that. So, things like this pop up and
so cool.
you can tune in there to find out about it.
Hell yeah. We'll be pushing the shit out of this for sure, and definitely always be pushing out Chronically Cooking.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Thank you so much for coming on,
Thanks for
chat.
having me.
Thank you so much for
Always, thank
hooking
you.
it up, and I hope you guys have a great week and fucking have some fun, and enjoy your time with your family for sure.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.